pulling off to the left-hand side. Could it get turned around now? Wowie gets stuck down. Netrioid gets first blood. Wowie finally finishes off the kill. Both supports, the last two alive.
Really, really impressive turnaround there from Sanguine, and a good all-in from Obey. They really had a good handle on the situation in that lane. I love the aggressiveness from them. It's just that I think inbound shell was premature. He got dashed on by Rongu and full comboed, and he shelled just to kind of keep his own health bar up. If he still has that, as they're continuing that chase, as soon as Netrioid turns, think that he could just pop the shell and Wowie stays up and healthy, and that should have been first blood for Obey. But either way, well played, but really by both ends.
That was fun to watch. If nothing, the small advantage goes over to Sanguine because of the extra bit of first blood gold there. Now Panatom has reached level 5. Oh, this could get tough here. No beads for Wowie. Panatom up to the sky. Inbound. Backing away. Will the stun connect? It will this time. The follow-up is there from Rongu, and there is just way too much from Sanguine. I love that rotation from Panatom immediately upon re-entering the lane. I guess Inbound never had to leave. But now another kill over to Netrioid Sanguine.
I was told I had to say this at some point today, but that was definitely going to be a rut-row sort of situation from the beginning. I mean, level 5 Thor, no beads for Inbound, doesn't have them, beads down for Wowie. As long as Panatom doesn't just whiff his ult straight out of the window, that one is a guaranteed second kill for Sanguine. And really, Obey should be pretty thankful that Panatom was either out of range or just wanted to take the guaranteed kill onto Inbound and didn't elect to hit Wowie.
So is that it? I mean, you punch the rut row card and now you're done? Is that the way we're looking at this now? You don't have to use it anymore today?
Here's the way it works, Dave. Did I say rut row while wearing this Scooby-Doo costume? Yes or no?
You did.
Okay. Then we're
all right,
good
so
here.
one was the metric. All right, I was just making sure that one was the tally we were going for there, and we reached it. So definitely nothing incorrect there. Ducky goes searching for a blue buff. Sino in behind as well. Some action in the mid lane. A River's Rebuke is just sort of walked away from by Shinto. Shinto did have to use his beads there. Obey Alliance, though, really looking for this blue buff invade. Yarkor will jump in, but it's a blink right back in from Sino now. The double stun from Panatom does some serious work. Yarkor drops the Sentinel of Zeus, but Wolfie is rotated in forces Obey Alliance, but nice shot from the backline from Shinto. Will pull back one kill. Rongu on his rotation. Might set up for another here. The Riptide sends Inbound running. The range damage just a bit shy. You only need one or two more autos. Inbound waltzing away, but not fast enough, and Shinto will grab another.
Really great ultimate from Rongu. Got Inbound in it on the back end. Ended up hitting Wolfie with that updraft. I don't even know if it was intentional to catch both of them, but to get a two-man knockup with Horus 1 is nearly unheard of. That is not a particularly large ability right now. He just has so much survivability because of his movement speed and those protections he gets from his heal.
Rongu has to use his ult to escape here. Final Judgment was charged up. Searing Pain right back through from Shinto as well. Down comes Panatom. Look at the damage now from Sanguine. Panatom, big play here in this fight. 2 for 2 though, both teams losing a mid laner, and then jungle on one side, support on the other. Might be all we have here in this fight. Ducky will be able to
Moja pick, and as I said when they were playing it yesterday, if he can prove that this is a real threat for enemy teams going into playoffs, that's going to be a big boon for Obey come picks and bans time. Color me impressed. I like the way he's playing.
Agreed. I'm with you here, Aggro. There's a fight, though, brewing over by the blue buff. Inbound on his own this time, and won't be enough damage just yet. Inbound stays alive. Shinto off the mark with his ultimate, but Wolfie is not. Sino nearly gets him on the fadeaway. Rongu finally finishes off the kill onto Inbound. Sanguine get the one. Netrioid is over in mid lane as well. He has some snipes. Should the damage from mid be enough? He's used his ultimate, though, so now on the back end it's going to have to be re-engage from the rest of Sanguine. Ducky is stunned down. Sino, the same could be said for him. Netrioid's all on his own. He trades out 1 for 1 with Sino, and Sanguine will pull back on the back end.
Man, Netrioid is putting the pedal to the metal, breaks her off the rails here for the Sanguine ADC. He is hard flanking as Rom in that team fight. Probably not the best spot for him to be in. They had him up. This would be a very easy tower. Looks like it will be all the same, so I suppose no harm, no foul in that regard. But that
Sino Getting aggressive, though, onto Yarkor here in the mid, and Yarkor will now leap into the back line. Watch out for Thor. Panatom dunks down. Wolfie will use the Aegis. Oh, but the double tap gets it done. Panatom hits Wolfie from range. Now the disarm being looked at. Shinto just wide on his snipe here. Riptide on back from inbound. The Ra has been left out of this fight outside of some damage. A little bit of healing as well. Yarkor locked in by the River's Rebuke, and Ducky will benefit to the tune of a kill. Inbound still in the back line, pouring out healing, keeping Ducky alive. Looks like Sanguine are actually the ones who want to leave.
Great Riptide, no heal for you, but Panatom says he doesn't need it. Hammers forward because here comes Flank Rom to the rescue again. And again, Netrioid trades out 1 for 1.
Well, he gets one again on the back end. All right, look. I guess you're getting 1 for 1. You're happy with it. If it's your goal, Shinto will get Ducky here as well. I mean, that is wild on all accounts, but the big number is now that Sanguine have been able to pull what literally was an even gold lead at the beginning of that fight to about 2,000 in their
To support him.
Look at the CC chain there. Double knock-up, double stun. Panatom looking to dunk on down, and he does so. Doesn't get the stun, but does get the kill onto Wowie. There were some snipes from Netrioid, this time safely from the backline, so the Sanguine Hunter will fully be able to participate in this fight. Panatom trying to cut off inbound, who's used the River's Rebuke. And Sanguine will look for no more kills and instead turn back towards the FG.
No snipe available for Shinto, and Wolfie has final judgment, so someone has got to keep Wolfie out of this pit. Looks like it's Yarkor's job.
And Yarkor is doing more than that, might even get the kill here. He wants to
Yeah,
tower dive. Final judgment takes a tick of shielding away, and Wolfie will end up falling. Sanguine look free and clear to take down this fire giant. This is a 2 versus 3 split, by the way. Yarkor has already gotten 1, might get even worse here for Obey Lions if they continue to fight. Panatom snags the stun, then there's Wrong You for the follow-up as well. How many fadeaway hammers have we seen from this guy this game? Just waiting for those cooldowns. The Riptide will keep inbound alive. Big trades, big fire giant for Sanguine.
Looking like Dirk Nowitzki, that little mid-range fadeaway, impossible to stop. That's been Panatom so far in this one. And Sanguine looking pretty impossible to stop between the Fire Giant regen and, of course, that regen from the Raw heals. Right side Phoenix toast. No chance that Obey can defend that. And now Sanguine just gets to strip the jungle on their way out. Man, Yarkor is just making infinite space in these fights, though, isn't he? I mean, Wolfie has final judgment. Those are the moments as a mage where you go, okay, you know, I've got to step up and make a play. But mages are so OP, right, Dave? I mean, he did so much damage to Yarkor underneath that tier 2 tower, which is supposed to, again, help Wolfie in that moment. Just so many options shield as well to get away. Yeah, oh, that was huge.
Yeah, some of that shield was missing afterwards. Shinto snipes out a little bit of damage onto Wowie through the wall. It's another double stun from Panatom. This guy has not missed many times at all this game. A double kill for Netrioid, 3 down for Obey Lions. We are 23 minutes into this game, 5 stack with the FG, and Sanguine will roll down the mid lane.
Man, that is just too easy for the boys. They wanted to reset, Obey. You should have let them back and spend the gold, because now it looks like they won't even get the chance. Mid-Phoenix just kind of the scenic route on the way to the Titan here for Sanguine.
Yeah, Sanguine are going to walk this one in. Frenzy popped, trying to keep Sanguine at bay, but Ducky's going to get stunned down here. Panatom will pick up that one, and the rest of Sanguine turn their eyes towards Sino before turning them right on back to the Titan in 23 minutes. Sanguine, they'll take game 1.
Made it look pretty easy, too, especially Panatom on that Thor. I mean, it was a whole team effort. Like the idea, and if you can just get that blink away from Wolfie, horrific emblem, where does he go?
Wolfie right back through the Riptide from inbound, but Shinto from range has enough damage, a double kill. Oh no, that's worst case scenario. This guy on Merlin is just too good, but look at the fight happening on to the left. Wowie picks one up on a Netrioid as Sino has kind of left the red buff skirmish and created one of his own here on the left-hand side of the map, and Netrioid does end up going down. But the big story here is now Shinto with a double kill. Could still be a chase on, and Sino will actually leap in here. He's done half of Shinto's damage. Ducky will rotate over from solo as well. Panatom doing his best to lock him in, and Ducky will follow up the double tap in onto Shinto. And look at the chase on the back end from Obey, grabbing a couple kills.
I don't know why Shinto turned back around. I thought he was out. Wrong You kind of in a similar boat. I don't think he was going to survive, but still ends up getting caught by Ducky's rotation. And what has Yarkor gotten for this time that Ducky has really swung the game back in Obey's favor nearly single-handedly? Not a whole lot. A slight level advantage, a little bit of extra XP that Ducky didn't have access to, but buffs weren't up for Obey on that side of the map at the time, so Ducky timed his rotation perfectly.
Yep.
And throws Obey's time, and I just needed a Scooby snack, okay?
Yeah, he needs some Scooby snacks too. Unfortunately, it's not like spinach for Popeye where suddenly, like, you're transformed into an unstoppable force like Yarkor is right now. He'll die, but he stays alive a bit longer than Obey Alliance had bargained for. Could have maybe been a sneaky FG call there with a couple members, the carries of Sanguine over by that Fury. Ducky is looking maybe for an ultimate here, but enough separation outside of just drawing you from Sanguine to avoid the engage. 5-man collapse from Obey. Wolfie looking for the wrap onto Wrong-You. Horrific Emblem gets dropped. Now Wrong-You is transformed. Panatom into the back line, and Wolfie's ultimate will not find a kill. Instead, it's Shinto. Free damage onto the mid laner. Easy as you like for Sanguine now. River's Rebuke crashes down, and Inbound has to retreat. Sanguine have bought their time. Added a kill as well. The dash on in from Panatom will slow down the back, and he hits it. The bleed might just get it done here, but Inbound able to stay alive. Shinto won't get the kill, but Obey Alliance still on the back foot.
Man, that is the worst feeling. Panatom makes this sick play, perfectly chases it down, a two-man Cobra's Kiss, which is just the best feeling when you're playing Serket. And then he whiffs the ambush in order to get the killing blow onto Inbound, and Inbound lives. And now we go from getting a cool highlight to it's not going to be saved anywhere. We're all going to feel bad about it. Unlucky there for Panatom, but still a great game for him. 3-0 and okay, yeah, here, I'll have a Scooby snack for him. 3-0 and 6. Another good performance from him.
Wait, you legit have Scooby snacks?
Yeah, I actually legit have a Scooby snack.
Wait, that hasn't been a part of our bit all day, and you've had Scooby snacks the whole time?
No, Joe just went to Target and got them. So
oh, really?
we were a little late. Yeah, we were a little late on it. But I got an emergency airdrop Scooby snacks in the middle of this game. Listen, man, she heard us talking about how Wolfie went blink at level 1. She was like, "You're gonna need these ASAP." Tossed them in.
Hey, well, look, we still have one, at least one. That's barring an Obey Alliance comeback here. Post-game segment where we can show off the Scooby snacks a little bit. Sanguine up almost 9K gold. That 7K seems like a blue moon ago. Wolfie nearly dies here. Sino will jump in onto Netrioid. You can at least get that one if you're Ducky, who now has to back away from the rest of the fight. Wowie looking for a landing spot, and it's right in the back line with Panatom. Will Wowie survive? No, he won't. Wrong-You will leap in, complete the kill there. Now Wolfie thinks he's in a decent spot to return some damage. Inbound lives again. But instead it's a double kill for Wrong-You, who works his way in. Now the support for Sanguine getting in the kill feed. Shinto unable to turn around the damage, but Panatom there is Sino wrapped around the backside and adds another for Obey.
3 for 2. I mean, with Obey down by as much as they are, taking nearly even trades isn't the worst thing in the world for them. They just have to be able to spread out afterwards and absorb some of this farm on the map. That's the real key.
Broadcast. Wolfie has to heal himself up, but Yarkor sees him right over towards the Oracles. My God, look at the damage from King Arthur. This is just going to get worse. A double kill for Yarkor. He's going to chase down onto Inbound to now. Ducky, big stun in the back. He's there with Sino as well. And now Obey Alliance have picked one up onto Netrioid, and Sino is likely able to get out alive here. Panatom leaps in. Sino turns course, and Panatom rampaging as the Osiris takes a seat.
I don't know what Obey saw to make them think that that was going to be a good fight for them. Maybe it was in color, because I, as a dog, Scooby-Doo, by the way, only see in black and white. But that seemed pretty clear to me that that was not going to be a great fight for Obey Alliance chasing down Sanguine. They may have been a little bit low coming off the Fire Giant, but that was some time ago, and Fire Giant regen doesn't mess around.
Here's a good metric on how much damage Panatom's build can still do. Yeah, there's a little hybrid in the mid there. Tank boots, sledge, some extra tankiness built in as well, but still almost able to completely kill Inbound all on his own. Shinto will round the corner to burn him down at the end. We have now reached 24 minutes, so a little bit longer in this one for Sanguine, but somewhat staggered out now, ROB. These fights could pay off big time for Sanguine if they could win them cleanly. Luckily, Wolfie is able to dispel the engagement from Sanguine, and Sanguine won't have to take a breather.
Good damage coming from that Death Gaze, and that's enough to force back Sanguine for the time being. Remember, they still need to back after Fire Giant. They did that how long ago? They must have a lot of golden hand right now. Yeah, over 2K for nearly everybody. Only Netrioid, who ended up dying, had a chance to spend before that. These are going to be full builds pretty much here for Sanguine.
Staff of Mirrodin, yeah, baby, on Shinto. I like that. Get me some extra burst on the back end of one of your mid-fight transformations. I mean, this guy is going to be swinging here at the end of some of these. I think Obey Alliance, though, as lopsided as this game may has felt, Ryan, Obey, with Ducky and with Sino, have been able to find Shinto and Netrioid on a basis that, not necessarily saying is game-changing just yet, but will make the backliners think twice about their positioning, thanks to, you know, some of the CC built into those kits that we've talked about early on here. Panatom avoids the damage, but Sino sure can't. There's a 1v1 for you. Ducky, the unfair 2v1 turns around. Ramsey's loving it, and Ducky will trade out for the 1-for-1.
Yeah, at least something goes Obey's way, that Panatom still ends up dying, and with how valuable he's been, that's only his first death. That's a big one to get. Sino still has to be on the bench for 30+. Don't know if Sanguine's going to be able to get a Phoenix in that time. They don't really have waves crashing right now, so I think Sino should be up in time before this Phoenix is really in danger.
There's another bit of value that a Merlin can bring you, the ability to send some damage over those walls. Rongyu transforms here. Drops Coerce on a Netrioid and Shinto. Sanguine start to work their way in. Rongyu is taking so much damage here, but look at the double stun from Yarkor on the backline. Wolfie immediately deleted. Yarkor could just get this fight done all on his own. Rongyu, Shinto, and Netrioid, they're back and healing up, working down onto the Phoenix, while Yarkor is working away at the Obey Alliance front line and back line. He's going to get another in this fight. Suddenly, this King Arthur has come alive. Sanguine, 4 members strong. Panatom rejoining from base. Now is the time if you're Obey. Ducky dunks on in, finds a stun onto Netrioid. The follow-up damage from Wowie is there, but Sino's the one who ends up picking up the kill. The chase is on now as the Osiris tries to work down another kill or two.
But Yarkor is still going strong. That's 2 more for him, and he's going to find Sino as well. Might not be wearing the Hidden Leaf headband anymore, but he's cutting them down like Uchihas. Right, Dave?
Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Lucia's, my favorite restaurant. Hit me up with some of that Italian food. Yeah, baby. Mid lane Phoenix down for Sanguine. I swear I know what you're talking about, Aggro. I promise.
Of course you do.
Sanguine, 27 minutes in, are going to work on in onto the Titan here. Wolfie back on in from base, gets the kill onto Yarkor, but inbound is alive, and I think Sanguine have to think twice, and they will. Done from Ducky, who has to disengage, took half of his health instead. Now it's inbound, popping the frenzy, but Shinto, of course, he's going to kite you on backwards. Wowie airstrike over, but now he's in the middle of all of Sanguine. A double kill for Shinto. He's got Sino, he's got Wowie, and Aggro. Sanguine, I think, could walk down the mid lane and might just take the Titan.
Yeah, what was that about enhanced FG? Yeah, we don't need any of that. That's not going to be necessary here. Inbound gets CC'd, has the Riptide, but can't imagine he's finding a way out of this.
That's a leap on over from Rongyu, who actually might die to Wolfie. The damage just shy, but it sure isn't from Sanguine. Shinto has gotten all 3 of the kills on all 3 dead Obey Alliance members. Ducky survives in the end, and it's inbound here as well. I'm not sure they have the damage to keep this one at bay. Rongyu is going to be there to play separator. Shinto finds a 4th. Rongyu finds the deicide, and Sanguine, they'll find the 2-0.
Look, Sanguine, Dave, I'm going to be honest with you. Tomorrow, I think we might have some sets that go a little bit differently than a lot of the SPL we've seen up until this point. Sanguine can't help but pick good gods. Like, they just don't have it in them to pick bad gods, I don't think. So it doesn't surprise me that they came in with a locked-in game plan. It doesn't surprise me that they were walking away with a 2-0 victory.
Can we see those Scooby snacks now?